Okay. All right. Okay. So every single time I go over my boy, it's just the same thing over and over, right? Like, I'm not going to harp on it. I feel like I've given, if no one wants to listen at this point, whatever. I feel like I've given enough statistics, enough analytics to explain how good Jeremy Sochan actually is. Do I think that he'll be a superstar? No, I don't say that. And people that say you praise him too much, they think that I think that Sochan is going to be like the next Kawhi. I'm not Patrick Beverley, okay? I'm not thinking that way. But what I do think is that Sochan is going to be the next Sochan, right? Like he everything that he can bring, his versatility is going to be so helpful when you get to a playoff series. Like the things that he does, the dirty work, the defense, right? The pick and rolls, the easy finishes, because in the playoffs it gets harder, right? It gets tougher. Everyone talks about how defense gets better, right? Defense wins championships. Everyone says that. Well, let me tell you this: when you're in a playoff series, you need easy points, and Sochan being at the top of the league, top 3 in pick and roll finishes, is a big deal. So it's just in the right environment, he's really going to shine, and everybody's going to say, I wouldn't give up Sochan for anybody, right? That's what's going to end up happening. But for now, it is what it is. And also, Keldon tonight did pretty good. I don't want to focus in on this game too much, right? I just don't. I hope the Spurs can string some wins together. But there are a couple key points to this game that I think that we should talk about and be excited about, right? So first and foremost, we'll go over this game. We'll talk about today's sponsor, BetUS. So shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment, at least. After we go through that, I want to look at the post game, Sochan's post game, because he doesn't get that many of them. He didn't get that many of them. I wish you grew up watching Dennis Rodman Clan. Dude's game is so much alike. I've seen quite a bit of D-Rod footage. A rebounding monster. Okay, so let's go into. Funny enough, I probably mentioned this before, but they did an interview with Sochan, and they asked him "Hey, what do you think of the comparisons between you, Draymond, and Dennis Rodman?" And he flat out said, "I'm more talented offensively than those players." He didn't say it in a mean way. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's an honor, da da da." But yeah, I think I'm more talented offensively. You love to hear that. You love to hear stuff like that. Okay, so first and foremost, somehow, some way, the starting lineup worked. It worked for today. This is a rarity. This doesn't happen, and I have a few reasons why I think it worked. Number one, De'Aaron Fox played out of his absolute mind. 32 points, right? 11 assists, 9 rebounds. He almost had a triple-double, 30-point triple-double. So he was incredible himself. Fasale was aggressive all night. That's all you expect from him. That's all you need from him. Just be aggressive. If you miss your shots, you miss your shots. Don't get in your own head. Just be aggressive. For a while, Sochan wasn't in the game, which didn't make a lot of sense. As soon as Mitch Johnson started playing him more, the Spurs obviously, got it together, and they played much better because, he's a great defender. He does a lot of good things on the court. So just overall, he was really good. But yeah, just a good win. It's nothing really I could really say. You guys know how I feel about all these players. There's nothing that's changed since the last time we spoke to now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bro, you don't have to keep beating the drum. You can't convert everyone. Why does he have to be all NBA to be an asset? Exactly. Sochan is an important Spur. Was he the best in that draft? No, but he fits. He wasn't the best in that draft, but I think the only player better than him in that draft was Jalen Williams. But I would say Jalen Williams is better than him offensively, but Sochan's better defensively. It'll be one of those things that in the future you wouldn't trade him for anybody. It's the same thing with everybody. It's just like, I'm not saying it'll be as great as Tony, right? But just like Tony Parker, there were point guards at point of his career, in points of his career that were better than him. And I don't think anybody would have traded Tony Parker for any of those point guards, right? Because you're winning. Everything is contextual. He fits the chemistry. It works. Why change it? Right? And it'll be the same thing with Sochan. It'll be players that's better. But he fits so well that you just wouldn't do it. It's similar to the Warriors too with Draymond. They could have traded Draymond, but they didn't. Why? Because he's worked. You know, don't do anything crazy that when it's proven to work. Sochan is better than Banchero and Chet Holmgren. Heck no. When did I say that? I said, maybe you misunderstood me. I meant that came after him. That's what I meant. Like the guys that came after him was like Jalen Duren. Like I feel like Sochan was the best player available, and the only player that ended up being better than him after him was Williams. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, no, heck no. What? Banchero's way better than Sochan. So is Chet. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, people think that I'm like, some people think I'm delusional. Like I'm really not. Banchero is dope. Banchero's really good, y'all. Yeah, that's a star right there. Duren defensively, I think Sochan's better than Duren overall. I think you can get more usage out of Sochan, but they're looking really good though. I'm not trying to dump on Duren, you know, but he's more of a rim runner. Anyways, all right. So overall, that's how I felt about the game. I mean, nothing to really break down. They did good. They played good, right? I saw a lot of people excited about just the future and what this is going to look like after. I'm happy that De'Aaron Fox is having a good game now because we need him to play out of his mind before his surgery, right? Because his surgery 17th, so it'll be on Monday. I know he said that he could or could not have it. Who knows? He's going to have it more than likely. Let's just be real. So I'm glad that he's playing well now, and we just want him to finish strong before that. Does anyone know how many more games we have for Steph Castle? Does anyone know? Actually, I can check. I'm just saying so he can get that Rookie of the Year. Here, we'll look at, I think it'd be just stats, right? Let's see. How many games have you played thus far? Oh, it's right here. See, 3 more. Next money. Okay, so we just need 3 more games. So just stay healthy, Castle. Finish up your 3 games, and we got Rookie of the Year, baby. We got Rookie of the Year. All right, so really quick. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment. I clicked on the segment. Obviously, when you sign up, you just go through it and go to basketball. And I went to the segment that has Cooper Flag because I like to at least see updates on that. And the Spurs chances, I think it's the same. Yeah, it ended up being the same. So if that's something you wanted to bet on, you just go over to Moneyline right here next to San Antonio Spurs. It'll have the risk versus the award or what you could win. So $10. If you just did $10, that's $100 that you could win right there. And you hit place your bet and you're good to go. So they're giving us pretty decent chances to get them. The only teams that they're saying have a better shot than us seems to be the 76ers, Bulls, by a small margin, mind you. Raptors same as us. Hornets, Pelicans, Nets by a small margin, Jazz and Wizards. So they're giving the Spurs a pretty good shot. I think a big part of that is because we have the Hawks pick as well. So we'll see. We'll see what comes out of it. But anyways, if you guys are interested, head on over to BetUS. Use promo code YouTube150. You'll receive 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your second and third deposits, up to $2,000. But yes, use promo code YouTube150. Okay. I want to take a look at this. Where is it? My boy Sochan. They never ask him to do a press conference.
Good evening. Good evening.
Right off the bat, the aura. Was that Carolina?
Good evening. Good evening.
Were you there for the prank that they did?
Oh, Carolina. Oh wait, is she saying were you there for when they did the prank or when he reacted to the prank? I guess we didn't have the footage before. Yeah, the footage got Sochan in it. Hold on. Sochan is in this footage of them taking Steph Castle. Yeah, he's right there. But wait, is this after the? I don't know. Maybe maybe the footage wasn't out. It was probably his idea, honestly.
On Steph Castle in the parking lot? Were they?
Yeah, I was there. I had to see that. Yeah, that was hilarious. Castle was a little shocked, lost for words, but you know, it happens. It didn't happen to me, so.
How did y'all even pull it off? Like, who did that?
That's a good question. I don't even know. I know. I think Sandro was the main culprit for that, but I don't know how he did it. He was just like, I remember before the game, we were shooting. And he was like, look, behind the bench, those guys are going to take Steph's wheels. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, just wait. And then it happened, so, yeah.
Dang, they just jacked him, bro. They just jacked him. That's messed up. That's funny.
Does Mama know people?
Yeah, he must. I don't know who he knows, but...
He didn't even know who the guys were? Yo, this is, I don't know. That's kind of shady, bro.
Some cool, yeah. It might be the mafia. I don't know. You know, can't mess with Mamu like that.
Shady.
Do you like the team's response tonight after
Look at
the
those
loss the
guys.
other night?
They're gonna take care of Castle after the game. Like what?
Yeah, you know, it's good. Again, I think the main thing is defensively. That was the main point for us. And I think we emphasized on that side, especially in the second half. Communication, being aggressive. Knowing personnel, and we stuck to it. So yeah.
What do you guys have to do, like, when without Vic? Obviously, it's a big deal. But how do you guys have to change things on that side of the ball, like schematically or technically,
Right.
whatever?
I think we just have to really be together in those moments, especially without Vic. Sometimes he helps us. He saves us with his length. So again, I think it's a.
You're saying each, right? Muhammad said that's an expensive prank. 4 set tires cost probably around $300. It costs more than that, bro. Unless you're talking about one tire. Like one tire may cost you like $300. How much have you guys paid for a tire? The last tire I got, it was like $300. I think they're ripping you off with it, bro. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
About being more together, communicating, being loud, and again have to be aggressive, especially with the boards as well.
What do you think Fox is acclimating to the team and what he's going to be with you guys?
Yeah.
Any updates on Wemby? No. He's fine, I think. He went to the game the other day for Fox, the Kings game. So I guess he's doing okay. About 185 each. Woo.
Yeah, again, Fox is you can
I
already
think the
tell
most
he's
I
going to
paid
be
was
special
300.
for this team. The way he plays, the speed, just the calmness as well with the speed, which you rarely see. I think he's going to help a lot, and even like
That's cheap though. I don't know, man. $185 is still like, yeah, for a tire, I guess it is cheap, but ugh. I don't know. It's just the worst feeling in the world having to spend money on your car like that. I don't know.
personally with me, I think he sees me a lot, and we've connected a few times, so it's been great. So
Speaking of, I gotta get my oil changed.
he's been a wonderful addition to this team, and I think he's gonna be a big part of it too.
You can get a lot of games with Vic before Vic went
Yeah,
out.
no.
How do you think that's going to look next year
Yeah.
when Vic gets back?
No, I think it's gonna be again. I think both of those players are not selfish. They both want something more than just the accolades, the points or whatever it is. I think they both want to win. So again, having two big stars like that, I think they're gonna take turns and
Wait a minute. Did he just call? Okay, maybe I blanked out. Are we talking about Castle? Chat, did he just call Castle a star? We were talking about tires. I think I blanked out a little bit.
the points or whatever it is.
That's going to look next
Oh,
year.
Fox.
Players,
Okay.
accolades, the
I'm
points
tripping.
or whatever it is. I think they both want to win. So again, having two big stars like that,
I was like, calling Castle a star is crazy.
they're gonna, take turns and, maybe one game, Fox is the leading scorer. Maybe one game Vic is. But at the end of the day, I think, if we're winning, I think that's the most important thing for everyone, and especially them two.
Keldon always plays with energy, Jeremy, but tonight it seemed like it was at another level.
Yeah.
That's kind of how he's been lately.
Yeah. Again,
Keldon always plays with a lot of energy. He's definitely seemed more down when he was getting ready to get traded, though. Up to that deadline, that week or two leading up to that was rough. He looked really down.
KJ is the energy guy.
Bruh, Clan, you got to give it to KJ. I said he played with a lot of energy. Nothing changed as far as how I feel about these players, right? No, but he stepped it up recently. Yeah, he's played well. Defensively, it still ain't there, but if you perform well enough offensively, it's fine. I've said this plenty of times, but the thing that worries me the most about Keldon isn't how many points he's capable of putting up in a game or how much energy he shows in the the main thing that really worries me is when the game is close and it's a genuinely tough game late into a fourth quarter, or in the fourth quarter in general, and his tendencies might not pan out, right? Because his defense isn't that great, and then his tendencies of having that tunnel vision going straight into the paint, it oftentimes looks pretty bad. He hustles on defense. He's just not good defensively. Like he doesn't have good lateral quickness at all, but he tries. It's not like he doesn't hustle. He does hustle. You're right. He's just not that good. And I don't think that's something that he can change at this point. Like, he lost a lot of weight, and defense has been the same.
Gonna bring that, whether he's feeling not well or he's feeling well, and I think that's the blessing we have.
That's true.
As an organization.
Yeah, that's true. That contract is nice. That is true.
As the fans, to see that every day, just his effort and just his pride, I think it's amazing to see, and it gets us going too. So again, it's always gonna be energy with KJ, and again, he's been playing really well, and hopefully carries on like that.
You ever seen him have a bad day or be down for a whole day?
Again, I think we're all human. KJ's always gonna, he's not always gonna be like that, but I think for the most part, he stays consistent with it. But again, we're all human, so we're all gonna have, some days where we're not feeling it. But yeah, again, he's a blessing to have around.
Did you ever get pranked as a rookie?
No, I did not. Luckily, I did not.
You had good.
I think when he came in, who was on the team? Everyone was excited about Sochan. I don't even know who would have pranked Sochan. Yeah, no one would have really. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Luckily, I didn't. I don't know how I'd react. I'd probably do it back to him.
Jeremy, over the last year and a half, you've been everything from starting point guard to backup five.
Yeah.
How have you, I guess, had the mentals to sort of go through all those kind of changes and everything over the last year and a half?
Yeah. Again, I try to do everything for the team to win and be successful. Again, there's gonna be ups and downs with it. Some days it's gonna be great, some days it's not gonna be good. But at the end of the day, I think all those experience I have, whether it's playing the point guard, backup center.
Oh really? Hold on. What are you about to say? Are you literally about to say the same thing that I've been telling everybody forever? That the point guard experiment was actually good? That he actually looks better? That he can read the court a little bit better?
With it, some days it's gonna be great, some days it's not gonna be good. But at the end of the day, I think all those experience I have, whether it's playing the point guard, backup center, my natural position, the four, or whatever it is, I think I can learn from everything, the good and the bad. And, you know, I still think I'm young. So, again, I think it's, you know.
Man, I hate that he gets so much hate because he's literally the only player that you can do that with. Like literally the only one. It's not like you can move Devin Vassell to the 5 and say, hey, you know, can you do a little bit there? And then move him back to the 2 and move him to the 1 and move him back to... You can't do that with him. It's not like you can do that with Castle. It's not like you can't do that with any player. He's the only player on the team that you can do that with. Maybe Wemby. I think you can do it with Wemby. Wemby can obviously runs 5, 4, 3. I don't know if you could you put Wemby at the 1? Yeah, you could put Wemby at the 1. Yeah, you could put Wemby at the 1. He will learn a lot. I don't think he'll be that great at it, just like Sochan wasn't that great at it. But, yeah. But he's the only one that you could reasonably do that and think, hey, this might pan out. Right? He learned so much from it. I'm glad that Pop is at least around the team now, you know, while everyone's super young. Wemby at the 1. I think you could put Wemby at the 1. It's not like he hasn't ran the offense before. You know. It's not going to be good. It's going to be bad. Or we can't really win that way if Wemby's running the 1 the whole game, but I think he could.
You know, just growing me and, you know, making me a complete player. So again, you know, I'm gonna do whatever, you know, is best for the team, and you know, hopefully stay on the court.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Said hopefully stay on the court. He should be on the court. I don't know what the heck Mitch Johnson been thinking. George says the only thing that bothers me about KJ is the one missed pass, keeping the ball and overlooking that open teammate. He'll play hero ball sometimes. No offense, but he's no longer the number 1 option. Yeah. Well, you know, I hope nobody gets the impression that KJ does it out of selfishness or out of the idea that he's the number 1 option. This is literally just something he has been doing his whole career. I mean, go watch him. Go watch him at Kentucky. Like, he did the exact same thing. He's always had tunnel vision. It's something that's not going to go away, right? And the crazy thing about it is, like, that's his best quality, is being able to get into the paint one-on-one and out-muscle his opponent, right? And get in the basket. Like, that's his number 1 good trait. And when that's your number 1 trait and you do that better than most people that's on the court at the time when you're out there, a lot of times he's the best person on the court to do that. I don't think it's selfishness. It's just he's done it for so long and he gets away with it so often, and he's capable of doing it and making it, that he just thinks that that's the best route to take, right? But unfortunately, teams end up honing in on it, and in the fourth quarter, it looks really bad sometimes. Too bad we don't have many other guys muscling their way to the bucket. Well, you know, it comes down to frame as well. I mean, I'm not somebody that thinks that you have to have a team full of people muscling their way to the bucket, right? Like, I don't necessarily think that's an easy shot, and I also think that that's something that can wear you down, you know. But if you have a go-to fadeaway, I mean, that's not worse. Or actually, not. It is. I think it is worse to go to the paint. I think it's better to take those. I think that you don't get worn out as much as you would if your go-to is literally barrel someone in the chest to get a point. But it's a psychological game as well, so sometimes it's a good thing to do that, keep the momentum going. But it can also kill momentum, right? If you're muscling in and not getting anything out of it, and it's basically a turnover, right? I don't know. I rambled long enough. You guys know how I feel about Sochan. He's awesome. He's great. Is he a superstar? No, but he is a really good player. Very important to our team. Yada yada yada. I don't think I have to emphasize that too much more. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment.